The success of your business is coming to 4 key questions. First is how to attract customers. The main idea that you cannot just wait for customers. You need to use special methods to attract customers. Even if your range is great, even if your service is great, but nobody knows about your service and products, so it's worthless. That's called traffic. How can you attract the traffic? So first of all, go to markets and fairs where there is already your audience, where is the huge flow of customers already ready to buy, ready to spend their money. Posting stories on your Instagram account will not bring you traffic. But if you post a story on account of the fashion influencer, that will bring the great boost to your traffic. If you want to bring traffic to a separate website, it's much more complicated than if you post your products on an online marketplace like TikTok shop or Instagram shopping or eBay, Facebook marketplace. If you are an extrovert, run parties with jewelry sales and attract your friends, and your friends will attract their friends. And live contact is always a great way to sell your products, no matter what you're selling, jewelry or something else. The second question is how to convince the customer to make a purchase. Imagine the situation, you have a jewelry store, the customer comes to your store, he looks around, watches some jewelry, but buys nothing. So it's called a conversion. We need to convert visitors of our store to become our customers. A new customer is always attracted by the proven bestsellers. So always have bestsellers in stock. The returning customer is attracted by new arrivals. So offer something new, something interesting to engage your existing customers. A slow customer should be served patiently. Rich customers buy status and exclusivity. A customer with a limited budget buys benefits and economy and savings. Sell style and trends to fashionable customers. Give detailed information to a skeptical customer. A frivolous customer is attracted by friendliness and similarity of use. An anxious customer requires a lot of details and information about your product. And any customer requires your attention. So provide the attention to your customers. How to make it so that the customers come back again and again to your store? This is called loyalty. The customer doesn't need a low price. It's important for him to feel that he gets a value, a benefit. Do not discuss the price, but discuss the value of your product. There is no ideal product or service. There is a product or service which is suitable for your customer. There are fewer essentially unsellable goods than unskilled sellers. So be the one who is a skilled seller. There are always 1% of customers who will be dishonest to you, but it's not the reason to spoil the life of 99% of honest customers. What you sell is important, and how you sell is also important, so don't forget about it. Especially on social media, it's more important who sells the jewelry or something else than what you're selling. This is built not by the politeness, but it requires systems and methods. You cannot just smile and make mistakes constantly. How to sell more to each customer, that is called the average purchase. How to increase your average purchase. Once having sold one item, always offer another item to buy as a gift to someone else, to customer's friend or customer's mother or customer's daughter or sister. Offer jewelry starting from the most expensive and go down by the price. That's how the customer will buy the most expensive item they can afford. And the value of their purchase will be greater when they compare their selection to the most expensive items. They feel it's more valuable. Offer bonuses from a certain purchase value or from the certain amount of sold items, like free shipping or something else. That also motivates customers to buy more. Neutralize distractors. Often, if you're selling offline, then women can come to your store with a kid or with their husband who are not interested in buying jewelry at all. For example, offer a gift or a fun activity for a child. Remembering this, the kid will bring his mom to your store next time. Collect customers' contacts. At least you can message or make a phone call to your customer to check the quality of the jewelry after some time. And what is more advanced, you can use customers' contacts to retarget them on online advertising systems. To finalize, I want to suggest to move in small steps so that each step will bring you some small benefit. If the next step was mistaken, do not afraid to make a step back. It's okay because mistakes in the business are normal. Mistakes is an experience, and the more attempts you do, the more chances to succeed you have. You can easily tell an effective action from ineffective. Effective decision solves a lot of problems at once, and ineffective decision solving one problem creates many others. Do not try to make everything perfect. It won't work. You must go step by step, try and make mistakes. At the beginning, focus on the main thing that's more important. The most important thing is sales. You will have time to make a logo and unique packaging later. Start with sales. This is the main point. And do not share your plans with anyone. First do, achieve some result, and then share to others. That's how I consider anybody should run their small business to achieve a success. The first question, how to differentiate from the resellers who are already selling. To differentiate, you must know your customers. What is important to your customers? You can get this information from the direct communication with customers. And once you have the understanding of what is important to your audience, you start showing these specific advantages of your jewelry to your audience. Next question, what do you think about start with reselling first if you do not have funds? First of all, you must start with the easiest way to generate sales. That's the most important, sales first. Once you have so huge amount of sales, well, then you can consider of moving forward and start your own collection. Next question. What platform do you use best to sell the jewelry? You should choose by yourself depending on what your talents are. If you have great communication skills, go to the pop-up market, pop-up event, and start selling jewelry face to face. That will bring you a lot of sales and a lot of experience. And after this, you can move online as well. Instagram has made the policy that have at least thousands followers to use the live feature. Live feature is a great one to communicate online. I suggest you to try this. But if you don't have 1,000 followers, first of all, I suggest to focus on attracting traffic. I believe if you find the right posts or reels right now, you can make 1,000 followers quite fast. What about the reward program? If they spend a certain amount or buy something, a certain amount of items, make a purchase so they get a free item or promotion, you can try. This may be the advanced technique. Please understand me correctly. When you start business from scratch, you don't need any extra effort to achieve first sales. The sign that you are on the right way is that your sales happening quite easily. So you should not do some extra effort. There is no secret knowledge to start selling. The only secret knowledge that I shared in the beginning, that you should be in the place where people are interested in your product. Don't think of loyalty programs. Don't think of personalized designs. Don't think of customized packaging. Don't think of your brand name. It doesn't matter. All you need is a table to go to pop-up market, stay there for a whole day, greeting the customers, trying to sell anything. That's the idea. And once you find the right market, you will find out that it's quite easy to make significant money in one day selling the jewelry. And that's the only thing you should be focused on. Sales, sales, sales. Sales first. And then you can decide about reward program, some additional bonuses, and so on. How much percent should I sell my products for? You mean the retail markup? I always suggest to have a retail markup above 500%. You can take the wholesale price, multiply it by 5, by 7. That will be absolutely reasonable. It will bring you profit. It will cover your expenses on marketing, promotion. You send in USA. Yes, we delivered almost worldwide to the vast majority of countries. We offer duty-free DDP delivery, including United States, and you should not pay any tariff. Again, about 1,000 followers. Once you don't have 1,000 followers on your Instagram account, it probably means that your Instagram store generates not a satisfaction revenue to your business. So to make it so, you need to attract more traffic. And to attract more traffic, I recommend to post reels and to make carousels. You can try to inspire yourself by my posts, or you can scroll your feed on Instagram reels. Here is the key. You can find the very popular reel or post which has more than 10,000 likes, because 10,000 likes means the post has a reach of around 1 million. So usually the average like rate is 1%. So 1% viewers tap like. So you can approximately estimate the reach of the post that you see in front of you. And once you see the popular post, you open the account who posted this reel or post. And if the account is not very popular, but this post is very popular, it's a good sign for you to duplicate the idea. It means that this post was very popular among non-followers of the account that posted this post. You can find the great ideas to implement in your account. It means if some unpopular account was able to make a very popular reel, that means that your unpopular account, which has less than 1,000 followers right now, can also make such a reel that will generate you a lot of followers. Can we not just start from Instagram? Need to pop up first? You definitely can start with Instagram, but my idea to suggest you the most effective way to start. And the most effective way to start is to sell in person. Maybe you can sell in person one by one. The fastest way, the easiest way. You need just a table and some display facilities, simple display facilities to sell the jewelry. Is pop-up markets. It's a great chance because you don't need to rent the space for your regular store. You just come there with your table in one hand and the bag of jewelry in another hand, and you start selling immediately. And you immediately have an audience which is ready to buy here and there. We always analyze our customers, our top 300 customers. Some of them have regular jewelry store, jewelry boutique, which is constant jewelry boutique, but the vast majority participating in markets, pop-up events, and so on. So that's why I share this as the best way to start your jewelry business, because anyone can come to pop-up market. And if we talk about the top of our customers, the volumes are of tens, thousands of United States dollars of jewelry supplies monthly. So that's really exciting. Can we customize the jewelry boxes and little bags at yours, or do we have to address to get these customized? We don't provide packaging because of international logistics first. And the packaging is a different business, because once you start supplying packaging, you must be prepared to fulfill different customization requests by customers. So we don't provide packaging. For packaging, I recommend to address your local producers, manufacturers first, because sometimes the initial price of packaging, if you, for example, decided to buy in China, can be small, but the logistics, the delivery cost, the customs duties might be very significant, 5 times more than initial price of the product. So for packaging and customization of your packaging, I recommend to address local manufacturers first. For a small business, it might be more beneficial. How much inventory I should have when starting? Total number of items. And should I start with more numbers, same styles, or different styles of all of them? Use my rule of 1/3. You sell monthly 1/3 of your range. If you're going to sell monthly 100 pieces, then you should have in stock 300 pieces. If you are going to sell 1,000 pieces per month, so you should have in stock 3,000 pieces, at least 2,000 pieces, because nobody wants to buy from an empty storefront. In jewelry, you should provide the higher variety. It's more important than the higher depth. If you're starting from scratch, buy each design in one piece, maximum 2-3 pieces. Then in future, once you see that some items of yours are the best sellers, then you can increase the quantity of best sellers. Should discount be a ritual for a brand? It depends again on the way you are selling the jewelry. If you are selling cheap jewelry, then discount is something really valuable for the audience. If you're selling status or exclusivity, then it's an opposite side, that you don't have to make any discounts at all. We don't make discounts because only wealthy people can buy our super premium great jewelry. So it depends. I don't know how much I want to sell. It's more like I'm tight on money, so I don't want to have wasted inventory. You should want to sell some amount. You should consider your goal. because once you don't have a goal, you probably won't have a result. I recommend you to set some small goal and to achieve it. For example, you can say, I want to sell 20 pieces of jewelry this month. And then you can easily calculate that you should buy 40 or 60 pieces initially. And then you can start chasing these goals. So some goal you must have for yourself, even if you don't know and even if you start from scratch. How to stay motivated to sell jewelry if we demotivated sometime? I believe if you sometimes get a little bit tired, it's okay just to have a rest. But I believe once you have an entrepreneur mindset, you can't stop doing this. You can't just stop working. You can't just stop selling. There is a driver inside you. There is some engine that doesn't allow you to stop. That's why we do what we are doing. Sometimes it's hard, but we take a little bit rest and then continue do what we do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for great, kind words. Thank you so much. That was a pleasure to talk to you today. See you next time.